G'day guys, and welcome to another lot of A+ practice questions. And today I'll be doing the second lot of the power supplies and storage devices questions. So smash that subscribe button if you're keen to see more questions. And I'll keep them coming, picking fast. Which of the following is not a consideration when installing an internal storage device? Form factor matching, secure the drive at least 2 screws, and preferably 2 on each side. High revolutions. And finally we've got routing the drive's room cable affecting the engineered flow of air. And the one's quite funny, that one. If you have a look, most of these are obviously a consideration, but we've got C, which is mentioning revolutions. Due to the high revolutions, not resolutions, at which modern drive spin you must secure an external power source because the internal power supply has no capacity. Yes, they have capacity to do it, because it's a pretty normal thing. Revolutions don't really come into it. Have a look at the other answers there. Those are considerations in which you need to do when installing one. They're relevant, the other one's not. 42. What kind of media is most commonly used when the large amounts of data need to be archived on a regular basis? We've got tape, optical disc, external hard drive, and floppy diskette. So optical disc, large amounts, no. External hard drive, potentially. Floppy disk, definitely not. It can't do a lot of data. Tape, it's not the most efficient in terms of file access, but in terms of sequentially, I guess, periodically backing up data for archival reasons is probably the cheaper and better method at this point in time. Making this video will probably be outdated by the time I say that. Which of the following statements regarding floppy drive installation is true? Like a hard drive, the floppy drive, it requires no external access. Like DVD-ROM drives, floppy drives have 5 1/4 form factor, 5 1/4 inch form factor. It must be installed in the larger drive bays because of, it's no longer purchased because it's old. And we've got, although some drives might not clearly key the receptacle for the Burge power connector, you must insert the connector correctly, or the drive can be damaged. Alright, so what's false is what we go with first. Requires no external access. We'll keep that one out there. Like DVD-ROM drives, floppy drives have a 5 in it. Nope. unless it's specified to be that way, but it's normal 3 1/4 inch. You can still purchase them new, not very often, but the answer is D. Although some drives might not clearly key the receptacle for the Burge power connector, you must insert the connector correctly or the drive can be damaged. If you do it the first time and power it on, it can damage the floppy drive. Question 44. Which of the following platter spin rates is not commonly associated with conventional magnetic hard disk drives? We've got 5,400 RPM, 7,200 RPM, 10,200 RPM, and 15,000 RPM. Since I've been doing this for a little while, I have a fair idea of what hard drives sort of spin at. Don't really have to worry about it now because everyone's buying solid states. 5,400, 7,200, and 15,000 are pretty normal. 15,000 obviously very high performance there, but 10,200 RPM. 10,000 is also known, and 12,000 is also common. 45. Which of the following is not a consideration when upgrading power supplies? We've got might not match the motherboard connector on the new power supply. You might find the case as non-removable power supply. Power rating is not adequate on the new power supply, and not enough appropriate connectors coming from the power supply for the devices you have installed. Alright, so what is a consideration? That's sort of how we first go with it. You might find that you do not have the matching motherboard connector on the new power supply. Possibility. You might find that you do not have enough appropriate connectors coming out from the power supply for the devices you installed. Correct. If you have older going into a newer going to an older, for example, if you were doing it that way, you might find that your power rating is not adequate on the new power supply. Power rating generally doesn't enter people's minds, but you might find that your case is a non-removable power supply is the answer. It's not a consideration because they're all installed as removable. So non-removable basically answers that one. What does the red stripe on the ribbon cable indicate? Pin 16, pin 1, the manufacturer's trademark parity. Answer is B, pin 1. Nice quick one. And the quick one we got here, what do Ultra DMA 66 and higher require? Cable slot configuration, an 80 wire cable, operating system support that the BIOS be set for Ultra DMA instead of DMA. The answer is B, an 80 wire cable. on the primary IDE channel, if a single hard disk is attached, its jumper should be set to slave, single if available, otherwise master, master, boot. Normally just go master. It's obviously not going to be slave because it's the primary device it's going to boot from. Boot is not a jumper, it is a BIOS setting. And it's between B and C. The answer is B. Always go single unless there's master. 49. Which of the following is a concept that applies only to conventional magnetic hard disk drives and not newer solid state drives? Storage capacity, external attachment, access time, 7,000 RPM. Solid states, guys, are flash memory. They don't move. They don't have any revolutions per minute. It is D, 7,200 RPM. Final question of the day, guys. When replacing a power supply, which of the following tends to vary among power supplies and must be chosen properly to support all connected devices? We have wattage, voltage, amperage, and resistance. So have a look on the down way up. Resistance doesn't really matter, generally speaking. Amperage, they're all going to be pretty consistent. Voltage and wattage. Voltage will be whatever it is for that country, so that's not going to be too relevant. But wattage is what they advertise on power supplies, so it's certainly more important, more valuable. You'll see 1200 watts or 600 watts or whatever on a power supply, and that's the answer. And that's all, guys, today. Thanks heaps for sticking around. Smash that subscribe button and the like button. That'd be awesome. And comment away any thoughts you have, and that'd be great. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Subscribe to stay up to date with the questions, as I said. I'll catch you guys all soon.